Hey the YouTubers, Chris Robson here. Today I thought I'd share the next Little People Big Dreams book of Lenny Henry. Another book I got at York. Because his books are special. Every book that's sold, 50p will be donated to Comic Relief. Well, he is the host of Comic Relief who'll be retiring, so let's make this happen. This is the story of a little boy with a big smile. His name was Lenny. He was one of 7 siblings and the firstborn in the UK. His parents had come from Jamaica looking for a brighter future. Yet life was not always a laughing matter for him and his family. Every morning, a bully would wait for him at the school gate, ready to harm him, just because he was black. How horrible. But one day Lenny found his own way to fight back. It was not with his fists, but with his jokes. From that day on, he dreamt of becoming a comedian, and he took the job seriously. At home, Lenny sat in front of the TV, studying how his favourite characters and actors moved and talked. Soon he could do a handful of impersonations. Clever. He went from being told off for intimidating his teachers to auditioning for a TV talent show called New Faces. Lenny spent just 8 minutes on stage, but it was enough time to convince the judges that he deserved a chance to perform. His whole family gathered to watch him win the show with an impersonation of a character called Frank Spencer. They wouldn't stop clapping. And it seemed that Lenny had found his place on stage. Lenny was proud that by doing what he loved most, he had money to help his family, and when he and his characters were given their own shot on Tiswas every Saturday morning, he felt at home. It was the coolest and wildest children's television show. That bitch looks funny, doesn't it? With their big glasses. Reverend Nat West, Prince, Deacus, DJ Delbert Wilkins, Nathan Gunn, all his hilarious characters celebrated black culture, and soon they were the stars of the Lenny Henry Show, one of the most loved comedy programs in television history. And when a terrible famine hit East Africa, Jane Tewson, Lenny and his brilliant friend Richard Curtis created a charity named Comic Relief. They called the best artists and comedians to gather in a television special. Their goal was to make people laugh while raising money for those in need. And 3 years later, they celebrated television's first Red Nose Day, an evening of comedy, music, and special performances. And red noses. Lots of them. It's a date when people all over the country raise lots of money and celebrate the power of laughter to change lives around the world. Brilliant, isn't it? Lenny had become one of the most famous faces in show business. Still, he was finding people from all backgrounds in front of and behind the screen. He knew that everybody should be able to create and recognise themselves in films, televisions and books, because if you can see it, you can be it. He decided to study English literature and screenwriting, and wrote songs, shows, films and plays. Lenny was in his 60s when he published his first children's book, a story about a black boy with wings who was as funny and brave as him. And even though he has become a celebrated actor in theatre, television and film, Lenny still loves comedy. It was the calling of a little boy who knew that barriers could be broken down just by making others laugh. Hope I can become as successful as him one day.